See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
My name is Dunlap. Welcome to the Red State Update News Brief. 30 seconds, and you know everything that's going on in the world today. Jackie, go.
What?
That clock is ticking. We got 30 seconds. 30-second news brief. Red State Update. Let's go.
30 seconds. We'll talk for an hour, isn't it?
Let me ask you something. Do you want to hear us talk for an hour?
No.
Well, 30 seconds. I thought I'd change it up a little bit. 30 seconds.
All right. Bridge failed.
And we're at 30 seconds. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming to the Red State Update News Brief.
Wasn't nobody. I don't think nobody's hurt.
You can't give them no more news.
What do you mean I can't give them no more?
Well, the 30 seconds is up.
What are you supposed to do outside for the other, rest of the time?
Hell, I don't know. Just shoot the shit, I reckon.
What?
Just shoot the shit, I reckon.
All right, fine. You don't have to,
Jackie, listen here.
Yeah.
I thought we'd get to the point. I thought there was too much dilly-dallying. I thought there was too much wasting time. Too many long pauses when I can't remember the next word I'm trying to say. Clearly, we are not cut out for news briefs that would require scripts and editing, pre-work, planning ahead, paying attention to the news. Instead, let's just talk about it the way we normally do. Loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey. That's Loosey-Doocy, right? He's still Postmaster General.
No, that's Doocy Jr.
Who?
That dumb son of a bitch. Jackie, listen, this week, it's been a big week for people trying to deny facts. People trying to keep you from finding out vaccines are good, that the Holocaust happened, and that Doocy Jr. is a dumb son of a bitch.
All right.
You want to say watch your language, right? But you're afraid that the McMinn County School Board will ban you
for watching my language.
How can you say, I guess I would get banned and you would be appointed honorary school board member?
I mean appointed honorable. I don't want to be on no school board. No matter which way it does. I don't know. They don't want no book they're banning books again, right? Again?
Did they stop, really?
Well, yeah.
Jackie, how can you say watch your language in a week where kids can watch an interstate execution on their tablet right after Cocoa Melon?
Is there any good news come out of Tennessee other than Dolly Parton every now and then?
They're working hard so they don't. They're working real hard in Tennessee. Folks, our promise to you is that we'll have a good news-free Tennessee by 2023. That's the Tennessee Republican Party's promise to you. Sure, they're firing squads on the interstate. They're banning books on the Holocaust in East Tennessee. They're carving up Nashville with redistricting. So Tennessee will never get another Democrat elected. And, turn on country music radio station. See how long you can last.
That's what does it for me right there. No, sir. Well,
and Jackie's worried about me saying, son of a bitch. Mr. Watch Your Language. That's how I'd call you.
All right, watch your mouth. We
at
said
the Flamingo. Now, welcome, Mr. Watch Your Language. That goat-loving grump. The bumpkin from the burrow. Mr. Watch Your Language, Jackie Bros.
Going down the list of all the Tennessee news, it gets my dander up a little bit with old Joe Biden, who said that, wait, you over there, me right here, were an embarrassment, Tennessee. I'm like, how? Where do we fit?
Look, folks, Neil Young comes out. He's a hero of the week. Neil Young looks like a cartoon disease. He's dressed like Tooth Decay in a cartoon from the 70s. If there was an animated Fauci show, the villain would look like Neil Young, like the messy room variant. Kids, you got to clean your room up, because otherwise the messy room disease is going to get out of control. I like a sloppy room. That's how Neil Young sounds. Neil Young's taking his music off Spotify. Jackie, you know what Spotify is?
It's one of them.
And he's taking it to another. He's probably come up with his own. He likes to tinker around in the garage and come up with computer stuff. So he's probably started his own. He had an MP3 player once. There's not many people who had their own MP3 player or whatever it was. Hell. And he said, because Joe Rogan's over there on Spotify telling people that COVID ain't so bad. A lot of people just COVID ain't so bad. That's what they say all the time. Have you heard people say that? COVID ain't so bad. Drink horse piss, or drink your own piss, or maybe drink horse piss.
It's horse pill, your pee. Yeah.
Horse pill, your pee. So I don't understand how the McMinn County School Board, they're like, well, it can't have BITCH or GD in it, or mouse dick either. Like, none of it. But why do they? The president of the United States of America, this is the president now, the good one, called somebody a son of a bitch. Forget about the other one who was like pussy this and pussy that. Remember that guy?
I never, please, why you gotta remind me?
Over in McMinn County, they're like, well, we can redact some things if a president says this or that. But man, this Holocaust book, there's a lot of stuff to redact. I won't get sued. Well, that's racist. Like, if you read the transcript from the McMinn County School Board, there's this one part where they're talking about like fair use and copyright law. And they're like, I don't know. I'm afraid if we take too much stuff out, we're going to get sued. Is that anti-Semitic? So instead, let's just not. We'll get to the Holocaust later. Let's just take the whole thing out. But Doocy Jr. is a dumb son of a bitch. Joe Rogan's on the radio telling you to drink horse piss. Internet radio.
I at least like to see Neil Young fight with someone on the level he is. You know what I mean? They used to he'd go after the president, whatnot. Now he go after, what is his name? Rogan's?
Joe Rogan, yeah.
Yeah.
We can't learn history because they banned all the books. You can't nominate a black woman to the Supreme Court because they say that's unfair, that's racist. And be like, well, why do you think it is that there's never been a black woman on the Supreme Court? Until very recently, it was only white men. Why do you think that is? I said, well, hell, I don't know. I can't read no history books no more. They all been banned. The McMinn County School Board is taking act on the road. They're just going around banning books in every district so that they don't have to do it. It is like I did read the transcript for the McMinn County, Jackie, where they banned Mouse. You ever read Mouse?
I know what it is now, but no, I ain't read it myself. No.
It does feel like, because there's targeted campaigns banning books. There's those moms in Franklin, Tennessee, and in Texas. They were saying you got to teach both sides of the Holocaust. That QAnon people are saying we got to get Marjorie Taylor Greens on school boards across America. It seems like people are waging campaigns to make sure our kids are dumb and mean. In McMinn County, I want to just give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they're just ignorant.
Look, yes, they are, and whatever the reason it's being, racist, ignorant, they go hand in hand. The result ends up being the same. You ban a Holocaust book that may teach a child something, they may learn something from it.
Yes, I don't want to say just because I'm saying that look, me calling them stump fucking hayseeds. It's not me defending them.
No.
I'm just saying that if you read this transcript, they're like, well, hell, I went to see Anne Frank down at Etowah Little Play Actors Club, and they wasn't a Mouse Stick one in it. I ain't against the Holocaust. What'd you say there? I mean, I'm for the Holocaust. Well, no, you know what I mean. It just seemed like they had over their head, but they hate cussing. They hate the Holocaust. If you read the transcript of this meeting, they hate the Holocaust, but they hate cussing more.
They do hate cussing. There's a lot of spelling in it. You know, I looked at it a little bit, didn't look at much but there's a lot of B-I-T-C, dash, like they spelling it out.
There's one old boy in there. He's like, I ain't saying I don't cuss up a storm. I ain't the best role model here. I just don't think if a kid said this in the lunchroom, he could get in trouble. I'm like, that's not. I think we should be more worried about those kids getting tiki torches and marching down the streets than the mouse sticks. But that's just me. I ain't on no school board. They won't let me. You know that, Jackie? I've asked a few times. I tried to get on there.
I'm surprised these days.
I'm thinking about running. I don't know if you got to run around here. Sometimes I think you just get appointed if you give somebody enough.
At this point, yeah, I think there ain't nobody can't run for school board. Yeah, it's happening all over the country. I mean, it helps to be in QAnon. Sure.
It helps. Well,
but you don't have to. I don't think you have to be QAnon.
But, I mean, you need to know how to meme.
Well, yeah. What is it again?
There's one part in his transcript. I just want to read a little bit of this transcript. This is like, I think everybody's covered the outrage. You should buy Mouse, send copies of Mouse to the libraries, protect librarians, make sure kids know about the Holocaust. Anti-Semitism is on the rise across the world. It's National Holocaust Remembrance Day was yesterday. Is that right? And so, all of that is very true. I just want to dig down a little bit into Mike Cochran of the McMinn County School Board. He has a lot of things that he doesn't think kids should be indoctrinated into. So, Mike Cochran says, Jackie, do you mind if I read a little from this transcript?
Oh, please do.
I'm going to do a voice from Mike Cochran, which after I saw a picture of him on his Mike Cochran for School Board Facebook page, I think I'm doing a way too ignorant country. I know it's the same kind of thing Appalachian podcasters get mad at on Twitter. I'm doing a broad Southern redneck voice. I saw a picture of this guy. He wasn't fucking any of his kids or a goat or nothing in it.
Hey, what?
So I'm just saying I'm going to do a broad voice for this guy.
Your
I'm going
mouth.
to make him sound a lot more ignorant than he actually is, and he just looks like somebody I went to school with. Mike Cochran says, I went to school here 13 years. I learned math, English, reading, and history. I never had a book with a naked picture in it. Never had one with foul language. And he tells a little story. In third grade, I had one of my classmates come up to me and say, hey, what's this word? And I sounded it out. This is third grade. And it was damn, which he says here in on the dang, he doesn't spell it out in the transcript.
He just don't say him, yeah.
I was real proud of myself because you say damn, Jackie. You say hell.
Well, I know I ain't saying it's good that I say it, but I do, yeah. I think it's better saying those than others. I personally am.
I was real proud of myself because I sounded it out. She ran straight to the teacher. Oh, it's a woman he's blaming. And told her I was cussing. Well, besides that one book, I don't know if he's laughing. I thought maybe it was a humorous anecdote, but he may be beating himself up still. He may have been, the blood might have drained from his face when he was saying that, and he could look, tears come to his eyes.
Still working through it, yeah.
It's a regret.
Yeah.
It's a regret. Besides that one book, which I think she brought from home, hussy. Now I've said, he didn't say this. Now I've said Hussy. Now I've seen the cuss word in a textbook at school. Now I've seen a textbook at school. The Holocaust book is what it was. Okay. So this idea that we have to have this kind of material in the class in order to teach history, I don't buy it. This is English language arts, and I've been told by teachers and then he talks about the TCAP and all this Tennessee local school board stuff, which is interesting, but not really. And then he says, not saying that there's not important material. I read it and read through all of it. And there are parts it talks about his father. The father's the guy that went through the Holocaust. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. There were other parts that were completely unnecessary. This is the part. It's the unnecessary part. When the mother kills herself in the book, you see her laying in a pool of her own blood. You have all this stuff in here. Again, reading this to myself, it was a decent book till the end. I thought the end was stupid, to be honest with you. He hates the end. I think this is on his Amazon review. I think he just printed it out and brought it to him. A lot of the cussing had to do with the son cussing out the father. To treat them with respect. We don't need this stuff to teach kids history. I'm kind of paraphrasing. We can teach them history and teach them graphic history. We can tell them exactly what happened, but we don't need all the nakedness and all the other stuff. It's not like it's the only book it comes up. Again, every 2 to 3 months, I get something. I had a poem again, 7th and 8th grade sent to me. So this guy, Mike Cochran, people send him stuff all the time. And then people are like, don't read there's this like a back and forth where people are like, don't read the poem. And then it's like, all this stuff keeps popping up. So I want to read it. You guys can fire me later, I guess. That's the attitude. So I'm just wild about Harry, and Harry's wild about me. Is this the song? I'm just wild about Harry, Jackie.
Well, it sounds like
that?
to me.
Must be popular when you were a kid.
Harry,
yeah,
and Harry just wild about me.
Yeah.
Is
that all you know?
Oh, he's reading it. He ain't singing it. No.
He ain't singing it. I don't know. I'd like to get a recording. The heavenly blisses of his kisses fill me with ecstasy. And he reads some more. To everyone's delight. And then they say, one of the discussions questions is define what this word ecstasy means. Well, Mike Cochran has never experienced or been responsible for anyone else experiencing ecstasy his entire life. I'm sure he's a nice guy. My problem is all the way through this literature, we expose these kids to nakedness. We expose them to vulgarity. You go all the way back to first grade, they're reading books that have a picture of a naked man riding a bull. It's not vulgar. It's something you'd see in an art gallery, but it's unnecessary. Art is unnecessary, though, Jackie.
Well, naked art, maybe.
You just don't need it. I mean, couldn't you have the art without the nakedness? That's all he's saying here.
Well, I just like a horse. Horse is naked, of course. It ain't person. I like a painting of a horse.
I like the nakedness, but without the art.
What?
So he continues. So teachers have gone back and put tape over the guys' butts. So the kids ain't exposed to it. Yeah. What?
That's a teacher working over hours. Teachers ain't get paid enough, and they have to spend, supposed to be grading papers, they have to spend hours putting tape on a butt in a book.
They've got people like, Sid, we got to get our kids back in school. I know the teachers have got COVID 3 times, and their lungs look like a bag of frozen peas. I don't know what that means. But somebody's got to put tape over the butts. My tax dollars are going to pay somebody to put tape over the butts. Look, here's what I want teachers to do. Exactly what I say, plus a bunch of other stuff I expect them to do without me having to think about it. But when they do something that pisses me off, exactly what I say. And a lot of overtime of butt taping. But then he goes in and said, at first I'm like, okay, well, he just doesn't like butts. His laws. And he says, so my problem is it looks like the entire curriculum, he really gets going, is developed to normalize sexuality. I mean, sexuality is normal, right?
That's the most natural, normal thing. Now, I ain't saying it needs to be in every book and every TV show, but I mean, isn't that what normal is?
This guy is such a prude. He makes Jackie Brawl seem loosey-goosey. Jackie Brawl seems like
it's a bird in the bees.
Normalized nudity. They don't wear. He wears a tie to the shower. He changes into a complete. I wear my shower tie now. That's probably more what his voice is. You put this stuff just enough on the edges so the parents don't catch it, but the kids soak it in. I think we need to relook at the entire curriculum. So I guess I don't even fucking know, Jackie. I guess I'm just saying all these news stories about the school boards and the people threatening people's lives and and these movements to get QAnon people on the school boards. And it's like, and it's happening anyway. The same stuff people were saying to me back in recently hadn't changed at all. Well, it didn't need all that cussing in it. Remember when the Passion of the Christ come out? Remember when you had videos and Nintendo briefly at your store? And you bought that man go around all the video stores closing up in North Alabama and come with a trunk of VHS and you'd say, I don't know what none of it is. Give me $20 worth. And that's how he unloaded Passion of the Christ on you.
Well, I thought the Jesus movie, I thought, that's usually good.
I thought they was going to burn your store down.
Well, it was a misunderstanding, and I think we all got it worked out. And the part in the movie with the, nailing him up on the cross, that part's pretty good, but it's just all the stuff before and after it that don't need to be there. But Mel Gibson fixed that. He did that a while back.
Maybe they should have Mel Gibson take a look at Mouse. I think that the problem is that it's happening anyway, and you got weak links everywhere. And the weak link is who's on this school board who just don't want to have to hear from their preacher again. Jaden brought home this book, and I just don't think that the content is appropriate for 8th grade or any grade or my son at all. You want to hear from the preacher at the dollar store one more time? Or maybe you just ban Mouse. I mean, people are tired. I'm not a defense. I'm just saying this is the problem. You don't have to get targeted by violent mobs in Williamson County to ban mouse. I think these people just accidentally banned mouse because they didn't want to deal with it anymore. And now kids aren't going to learn about the Holocaust, who at a time when they need to learn about the Holocaust. So I guess it's good that everybody's on Twitter giving them hell, because I don't know any other way to stop it, because people are going to do it anyway. Like, you're going to get it from the preacher? You're going to get it from the Marjorie Taylor Greens in the audience? Or are you going to get it from Twitter people coming to your Facebook, calling you a stump fucking hayseed?
Hey.
But now that I've read this transcript, there's no way he'd ever let a stump see his penis.
Hey, what? Everybody out there, thank you. If you're still listening, appreciate you still being here with us. We appreciate your time.
The Holocaust is something they should like. The Holocaust is we're the good guys in the Holocaust. America. That's where Captain America comes from. The Holocaust. Well, they should like to teach that. That's like something they get a win on.
And not much ambivalence about that. America, World War II America, good, yeah.
World War II America, good. They don't have to worry about critical race theory. They ain't got to worry about teaching nobody nothing that anybody could object to. America, good. They don't have to worry about whether their, grandparents went to a Charles Lindbergh rally. All they got to do is say, America, good. Show Captain America 1. Let kids read Mouse. Like, let them read Mouse, then show them the first Avenger, probably.
Well, then you get into the situation where, though, here maybe the touchy part of it is like, well, we don't want to offend Nazis too much.
Right, there was in Texas, right, where they said both. Yeah.
Well, you need to teach both sides of it.
Both sides
Don't just give one side of the. It's just going to be so one-sided against the Nazis that,
America was built on fairness, if nothing else. Fairness, unless it came to non-white people and women. But other than that, fairness and repression, sexual repression, and being able to get mad at people if they cuss. I mean, that's you're basically a founding fucking father.
Hey, watch your mouth.
See?
Well, that's just me and you sitting here. I ain't sitting no school board. I don't like cussing in the face. If I don't, want to read cussing, I won't read no dirty books.
I'm going to write a school book, and I'm going to try to get into one of these school board meetings in wherever that Athens, Etowah, wherever it is in McMinn County. I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to say, hey, I got a new school book. I think you're going to like it. And they'll say, well, what is it? I'll dress up like I'm going to church, like a real person church, not whatever I would consider church, like getting high at sunset.
All right.
That's church for me.
All right.
But I'd go to like a regular person church store and buy clothes like this man wears, Mark Cochran. What difference does it make? And I'd go to that school board and I'd say, I got a book for y'all. You tell I am a church-going white man wearing a tie. So I think you're really going to like this, Mark Cochran. Mark Cochran. Your name's got cock in it.
Hey.
And he'd say, well, sure, go ahead. I'd love to hear what you've got. I said, I got a book here called Fucking History.
Okay.
And it's basically just all the whitewash history y'all really want to get into schools, but it's just got a lot of cuss words in it. So now you have to choose, which is more important, racism or cussing? And then...
We already made that decision with contempt, what happened in news. Trump did all of his cussing. They made that decision a while back.
Oh, fuck. I'm basically just Trump going in there then.
Well, yeah, you want the cussing. Well, he didn't give him a choice. He's like, you just going to get the cussing with this.
Here comes the racism with the side of cussing.
Yeah, you getting it. You getting it all.
What did Mike Cochran say to his kids when Trump ran for president? Did they have to sit down and say, well, I don't approve of everything that he has done or said, but I do believe that Jesus has put that reprobate in the power? What if he doesn't like Trump? What if he hates cussing so much that he doesn't like Trump? Is that possible? Does that exist?
I wouldn't know. I don't know. You have to ask Mike Cochran. Look, we need to get something squared away, and somebody need to sit down and work. Look, in history, there's cussing. Always has been, always will be. Certain bits of cussing here. I ain't saying just teach cussing history, but I'm saying you're going to come. People were cussing during the Holocaust, I guarantee you. That's just what the people do. It is going to be now just cussing for cussing's sake. No, sir. We don't need to be saying just today you saw a ball game and cussing the team, the other. No, history cussing. There's got to be a way to get around that and figure it out. Like Trump, that's history cussing now. By no fault of his own. He's president. That's history cussing. Joe Biden, GDSO, whatever he said. Doocy, that's history cussing. Yeah, you can't get past Trump on that bus with little old Billy Bush. That's history cussing. You can't get around that now. That's in the history books. That's part of it. Rest of it, no, I don't think you need it. I
had another meeting a couple days later, and they were saying the Lord's name in vain is the thing that made them real mad. That was the part. When you get to cussing, if you're trying to convince a group of school marms, sexist, in East Tennessee, if the cussing is bad enough to remove the Holocaust module and mouse, and you're not sure if you're winning the battle, you just gotta say, well, it's the taking the Lord's name in vain that really, and then people say, oh yes, well, I didn't know that. You can't just say GD, well, it's got GD in it. You can't say it like that. You got to say, well, it's the taking the Lord's name in vain that I think even God would understand during the Holocaust if you took his name in vain. I think God invented taking his name in vain for things like the Holocaust. I think God is probably saying, Mike Cochran, I gave you taking my name in vain so you could use it for things like the Holocaust. You're focusing on the wrong thing here. It's the Holocaust part that I want y'all to be mad about. I don't know if God invented taking. I guess they would say, if I was in school, girls sitting next to me go, Satan invented taking the Lord's name in vain. And that's why I could never win these arguments.
Well.
And that was 40 fucking years ago.
Hey.
How have we gone from fucking Family Ties to Euphoria on the TV, and we're still having this same conversation? Do these people not consume media? Jackie, speaking of taking the Lord's name in vain.
Don't watch your mouth. Don't start.
We got some GD sponsors to talk to you about this week, but I also want to tell you to go over to Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Where... speaking of taking the Lord's name in vain, I know somebody who is not taking the Lord's name in vain right now. because he's in heaven talking to Jesus, and that's Ralph Emery. He's interviewing Jesus for the overnight shift on WSM radio. That's Spirits Mingling Radio up in heaven. Ralph Emery passed away a couple weeks ago, and we have a song of his that I have not found anywhere on YouTube or on Spotify, which you can't listen to now because every song on there has a backwards masking track. It's saying, drink horse piss, or drink your piss, or drink horse pills.
Why?
And that song is called Daddy. Is she pretty as mama? And Al Moore, I think, sent us an Etsy link. Friend of the show, Al Moore. I ordered this 45 single off of Etsy. We're going to play it for you on Patreon, our Patreon-only podcast, 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap, which you get if you give us $5 or more per month. That's patreon.com/Red State Update. Today, in mere minutes, Jackie, we'll be listening together to Ralph Emery, Daddy, Is She Pretty as Mama, and Electra,
and
released from 1979.
And we should say, thanks to all of our patrons. Patrons. We were maybe what we were able to afford to get that Ralph Emery single. 4 or 5.
I also have a copy of his book, Memories.
Yep. Not only does it go for the cost of purchase a computer and wires and cords, we're going to occasionally try to order us a Ralph Emery song every so often.
I just found out on eBay he's got a second book called More Memories.
Now, when that come out?
I don't know. I'll find out. Do you know he was married to Skeeter Davis?
What?
Tempestuous second marriage to Skeeter Davis. I didn't know that. See, I learned that. Didn't work out too good.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I didn't know.
I didn't know it either. I don't know if that's something everybody knows about Ralph Emery. It's like Shotgun Red and Skeeter Davis. But yeah, Ralph Emery, R.I.P. Big Nashville childhood, Nashville surrounding area. He was on Channel 4 in the mornings. He was on WSM for years. He was on Pop Goes the Country. He was on Nashville Now on the Nashville Network. He has been around for years and years in people's lives. Rest in peace, Ralph Emery. There's good stories in there about him working the overnight shift on WSM. I guess that's how he got famous. Just sitting in there smoking cigarettes, doing amphetamines. Tex Ritter in there making fun of Muhammad Ali. Some of them aren't good stories.
Well, they can't all be good, you know.
They can't all be.
No.
They can't all be good. I'll tell you what, they probably have to go through. He doesn't cuss in it. Actually, I think they'd be fine with it. I think the school board, McMinn County, would be fine with Memories, Ralph Emery. I don't want to give them any ideas, though. If any of them's listening, I don't want to be like, well, why don't we just do a module on Ralph Emery then?
Can you make Ralph Emery a little animal and do his story like that?
You could, but I think it'd be disrespectful.
Well, I wasn't trying to compare it to the Holocaust, just a mouse or a gopher or something. I'm
surprised. I hate to keep talking about the school board in McMinn County, but I am surprised that nobody in McMinn County is like, why don't we do a mouse Jesus and just do a mouse Bible instead of all this other stuff? How did they even get, I'm impressed they even had mouse in there to begin with. If anybody actually got to read this book last year, I think those kids are impacted by that book. And it's good news. I'm impressed they had mouse in it. That they're doing a Holocaust module. That's good. This all sounds great. Whoever's coming up with this stuff, great. I don't know if they thought you know what? We may need to have an alt module just for some of these ignoramuses. You think they're going to be okay with mouse? Oh, yeah. And it wouldn't be, I don't think it's just, I don't want to throw Tennessee under the bus. I think you could go around the whole damn country. And if you ask people at the school board, are you guys okay? We're going to do mouse. Let me show you a couple of pictures. People would be like, Like New York, Seattle, Portland, it doesn't matter. People, yes, the people don't like, people get uncomfortable. Not Mark Cochran uncomfortable. That's too uncomfortable.
Maybe we should decide whether we want our children to see this or not. That
right.
mouse thing out. Yeah.
You can't. You go to what's it called? Mouse. Well, okay. What you looking for? Some cheese? Learn to share. Oh, the Holocaust. Okay. Well, that sure. Okay. Yeah. Well, let me. That's his penis. That's a naked lady, and the suicide of the mother is it's a memoir of a complicated underground cartoonist. I'll make my own mouse book. They learned to share his cheese in.
You don't own Mouse's Holocaust.
Mouse is really good. Y'all should read it.
And for the age of that group, yes, it's impactful and I think a wonderful teaching tool for a certain age. Probably for Cochran if he read it again.
I hope I figure this out and these kids get to read it sounds like that somebody on Facebook, somebody's like I have taken the initiative to order mouse from Amazon, no complications there. And I've sent it to every rural route mailbox in McMinn County. And so these kids may get to read mail. I hope they do. I hope it doesn't turn into some dumb bullshit where that's some Morgan Wallen stuff where it's all about the victimhood of these damn school board members and the whole Holocaust thing goes away, and these kids next year are just learning about Jesus Mouse. Like at this point, we may be going too far in like talking about how cool we are because we read Mouse. Like a lot of people have read Mouse, apparently.
You got a sponsor this week? I guess.
I got one ready to go, Jack. Yeah, I got one ready to go. If you're done tired of talking about the school board, I guess you don't care about racism raising its.
What else can I say about it? Good Lord, it's awful, and it's what it is. It is for whatever reasons, whether they're racist, probably not all that. Probably a little bit racist, sure, but they mainly don't want to see butts and fangs and you know. What else can I say about it?
I guess we're saying they just have issues that contribute to the continuation of racism.
The same result comes from, you still don't get, the children don't get to see the book, don't get to learn because that's either way.
And then they're all going to be on Fox News and double down, and it's going to be okay to ban the Holocaust books.
Well, everybody going to go.
A good outcome is coming from this.
Everybody going to try to go, I can get on the board. That sounds like the school board I need to be on right now. I'm going to get on there. However you do that, run election there. What there? Used to be you shine a spotlight and all the cockroaches run, scatter, but now you shine it and they come to it. So
because because the roaches know that's how you can make money.
Thank you, Tennessee, again, getting us in the news. It's not all of Tennessee.
Doing great.
But thank
you. Nailing it. Really nailing it. We're going to be... It's just such a... I just don't get the part where Tennessee is go to Broadway. Like one woman was mad in Nashville, says like Sodom and Gomorrah down there. But people like that Sodom and Gomorrah there. But you can't say GD in a book about the Holocaust. I just don't. Tennessee's it's like the worst of everything. Like a real bad Sodom and Gomorrah. Like Sodom and Gomorrah usually sounds pretty cool. You're like, well, no, I meant Nashville. Like Kid Rock's club. Wow. That's the worst Sodom and Gomorrah. And then they got just the regular ass old timey repression. How the fuck did all these millennials give a shit about cussing? When did that? Why? You got the worst millennials. How do we get the worst millennials and the worst Sodom and Gomorrahs? Goddamn. What's his name? They all live there. Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, Kid Rock's club. The worst of them all.
That's just Sodom and Gomorrah where they twirl around the doo-doo bags.
That's Sodom and colostomy.
Well, normally I'd be trying to get off of this as soon as possible.
And can I just say, and normally I'd be interrupting, just I can't also describe to you how cool Kid Rock was to me 20 years ago.
They seem all right. Yeah, way back in. Yeah.
There's lots of people that we thought was cool at one point. You Sarah Palin's. Like, if you go back in our history, it's problematic. But I'd sit here and read the lyrics to you right now and just be like, this was a great American. And I don't know what happened. Well, I do, because I lived through the last 20 years. It's sad. You ever lose somebody you love? Did he change or did I? Or did we just both get bad in different ways?
That's the latter right there.
All right, I'm done talking about Kid Rock.
I was trying to say normally I'd try to move off a subject of Kid Rock, colostomy bags, and all that, but I'd almost rather talk about that than what that. Look, I took the money. I took the $25. These are local Murfreesboro sponsors. You know, we also they give us $25. We give them the best, commercial we can do on here. You're going to name the product. You're going to name the restaurant. You're going to name the service, whatever it is. That works out pretty good for us. It has so far. Well, not actually. It's been tragic in a lot of. Now that I think about it, it has ended in tragedy
What do you mean?
Many times, just sponsors,
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of tragedy.
Yeah, but I don't. I guess I got to do the sponsor I'm going to do now. I ain't going to go down memory road. And this is a minor tragedy for me, anyhow. So it's not that. But, other people, too, been putting these on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
But I went ahead and took the $25 from last time before, and I got it. And so I'm going to do it. I'm a man of my word.
Mm-hmm.
My sponsor is Wendell Spicy Footwear. And if you remember them, you
love those shoes.
Well, had chili kicks and the jalapeno loafers, put a little tangle in your toe, and habanero hiking boots, which you have on your feet. Don't wear them outside. Have them on your feet, you warm them up, especially when it's snowing out here and everything else. It's cold. You thought, what a good idea, what a good plan. Not electric, no plug-ins, nothing like that. You don't have to put it in the microwave. Said specifically not to put it in the microwave, which I understand that now. Good Lord. I'm glad I didn't even try it. Well, I wore them. I'm sure they was good and nice, and a lot of other people evidently was wearing them too. And it just that tangle don't go away. You take them off like this, too much. Get it off my foot. I can't take it no more and all this. And then it goes slight color, like a brownish ham. Like when you put the coating on, sugar coating, cook it's like a dark brownish, pinkish. Now some people's feet may look that way already, so I don't know about you, but my feet is white, pale as could be, almost see through straight to the bone. But I couldn't say nothing on them, but that the darkish, pinkish brown color. after wearing them for so long. But then, sure enough, General Wendell, who I know General Wendell, and I don't think he intentionally was trying to hurt people's feet, but I don't know.
General Wendell or General Wendell?
General Wendell.
Because I went to school with General Wendell.
I ain't talking about her. But sure enough, he felt bad about it. He heard about, my feet was hurting and other people's feet was hurting. So he'd come out with the icy cucumber twist tennis.
That shit sounded pretty good, the icy cucumber twist.
Well, they were. They was cold. And you put them on, especially after wearing that, and it made my feet better. It didn't change the color up, kept that weird, strange brown ham color to them. But at least cooled them off. Well, sure enough, it's like when you rub it on your chest, your Vicks or whatever. It's like you was so into the skin, it got to wearing them out so bad that I actually had to go put some jalapeno loafers back on them because it's too cold to get it right back the other way. So I go back and forth. The Lord knows what I'm doing, skin on my feet. But this is the situation I'm in. And bless his heart, General Wendell, first off, he sent me some foot cream. I told him, I said, what's wrong with these? He said, I'm so sorry, Jackie, here. And he sent me some Avon foot cream, which did help. So I appreciate that.
Oh, he should make his own foot cream.
Well, maybe he didn't have time to work it up in time. I'm glad he just sent something because he knew I was hurting right then. But
what kind of foot cream was it?
Avon, what is it? Avon foot cream, like a blue colored, whatever. Which just made the feet look even weirder when you rub that blue cream into them already. So
it's
just getting worse and worse as far as coloring goes. But at least it took off some of because once you get the heat gone and once you get the cold gone, then the itching starts. And I mean itching. I couldn't stop scratching. It could go rip through my, like I ain't got hardly no skin hanging on them bones anyway. There wasn't going to be nothing left. I'm going to scratch it all away. So foot cream definitely helped with that. Then sure enough, he sent me these half and half, what he call icy, spicy, whatever. And on one side of it is the hot and the other side is the cold. So I put them on. I probably should have thought twice about that, but I thought maybe he's trying to do right by everybody, get these things on. So, and he did send these out to people. He sent these out for free, these half and half. But then all that didn't even out, just made half of your foot cold and the other half hot and all of it itchy. So I think he quit selling them. He should have by now. From what I heard, he's trying to recall them. So if you got these things, send them back to him or take them back to him. What if you need to get, don't put them on your feet. Now, if you use them for something else, what I don't know what that would be, you're welcome to keep them, but you ain't going to get a refund. If you want a refund, you got to send them back in. You can't just say, they messed my feet up and I got mad, threw it in the trash or whatever like that, which I thought about throwing it in the trash 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I did.
It seems like you'd be able to do that as bad as it messes your feet up.
Well, I didn't, thankfully, whatnot. And like I said, these half don't do the trick either. And I ain't going to get mad, throw fit about it. If you're listening, and I don't mean to be running my sponsor down, that's what I do. That's what we do here on Red State Update. Mm-hmm. We take you $25 do best can, but now I'm personally involved in this situation where my feet are. So, Jenny, if you're still listening, if I'm not doing a good or doing a good enough job, either way, whatever it is, outside of that, let's just pretend that I'm just a customer and I ain't doing I ain't doing your sponsors right now. That's just me and you as a customer. You the man that sold this hurt my feet. I could use some more foot cream. I'll say it right now. Because, hot, cold, and itching is just all feet. I don't want none of it. I don't want none. I want my feet to be at peace again.
Can you walk?
I walk a little way not too far before I have to start scratching.
Is it open sores or are they scabbed over? Or are they burns?
It's because of me scratching. It ain't like his shoes dug into it. They just got the itching so bad and I can't do nothing but scratch it. And then, of course, you put the cold ones on just to get rid of it all, which it makes it numb for a little bit, but then take it off, and sure enough, itching again. And the whole time it's ham, purple, brown ham color on my feet, and that ain't right. And I don't know. I don't want to have to go. If I got to go to the podiatrist, it is. I'll be saving the bill. My insurance probably covered from Social Security, Medicare at this age. But still,
it's shameful.
Well,
you still have a tingle in your toes?
I got an itching in them.
You ought to sue him. You ever think about that?
Well, I don't know. I've had worse luck with Nashville lawyers than I probably had my itchy feet at this point, so I don't know which way to go anymore. I just want I let it all go if you just make my feet quit itchy. So see, if you send me some more cream, put on my feet. And again, I shouldn't have put on the half and half suit. That's my fault. I stepped right in, no pun intended. I stepped right in that one. Because I thought, well, maybe he got it worked out now. I didn't appreciate being a guinea pig, or my feet didn't.
That was the icy spicy.
Half and half, whatever it is, hot, cold. I don't know. Well, I can't in good conscience say, go out and purchase this product if you like it. If you like it, okay. If you want your feet to hurt, some people, weird like that. I don't know. If you want too hot, too cold, or just to itch like hell, then yeah, get you some. But if you had these and your feet messed up mine, send it back, get a refund. Good Lord.
So that's Windows, spicy footwear.
Well, it ain't, but I mean, it is, but I don't. Never mind.
Do you need some crutches?
I can make it to the bathroom in time, and that's, bathroom and bed and chair is all, when you get to be my age, that's all you need to get to. Remote control work for TV, so I ain't got to go over there. But I could get to the bathroom the whole time while I use the bathroom, scratching my feet at the same time, because by the time I get there, it's itchy. I mean, it's itchy sitting here.
Jackie, this weather's terrible. It's unpredictable. Well, it's cold as hell.
Yeah, it is cold there.
And now there's more snow, Jackie. There's more snow.
Yeah.
That might get a little, Jackie. Look outside Winter Wonderland. We got to get provisions. We got to get victuals. We got to get all the things that you need when the snow's coming and the ice is on its way. In Middle Tennessee, you know what we're talking about. We are talking about milk and bread. That's why Laura Francis, she put her diet business, just give me one little bite, on hold, but she's ready to get back to that because there's lots of money to make from that scam. So bread and milk, the snow store during the winter months with this unpredictable weather blowing across the rolling green, frostbitten hills of Middle Tennessee.
Is it open? Did they test negative? They got somebody working it?
She staffed up. She got everybody she knew who wasn't feeling bad.
Good.
She had a small network left of people who weren't sick or contagious. She's got them all in there. Bread and milk, the snow store, the bad weather pop-up. But it's going to keep popping up because this weather just will not get good.
Yeah.
They only sell what you want in a snowstorm and plenty of it. Bread, milk, Campbell's chicken noodle soup. What else you like to get, Jackie?
Mainly those three. You pretty much nailed it, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm sorry, they're sold out.
Why?
Well, okay, they thought, bread and milk in the South, snowstorms coming in. We're going to need a lot of bread and milk. They got all the bread and milk. It's not a supply. Biden didn't do this. It ain't sitting off the coast of California. It ain't in the Karen convoy up in Canada. It's just they bought all the bread and milk they thought they needed. Turns out you can never have enough.
Well, then, if they ain't got no bread and milk, they just like every other damn store.
Funyuns. You like Funyuns?
Well, yeah, everybody like Funyuns, yeah.
They just sold out. They don't have any Funyuns.
Well,
What else you like? Come on, Jay. What else you like to get? No Spam. You like to get some damn Carl Buddig lunch meat? Maybe a can of Hormel chili, some saltine crackers.
I like Vietti chili if I still have it.
Vietti chili, yeah. Well, they're sold out. They're sold out of all that stuff. Actually,
well, then they just like it. They ain't no snow store, just regular store.
Jackie, who knew? It's like an experiment. Well, if you have all the bread and milk that people could want in the Mid-South when a snowstorm is coming, well, you can't. It's impossible. It just keeps going. Like infinity people keep coming in and buying all the bread and milk. I don't know where they're coming from. It's more people than live around here, I'm pretty sure. So you can't do it. You can't have all the bread and milk that you would need to keep people satisfied when the snow's coming. It's impossible.
What's the point then? What the hell did you do it for then?
Well, she can't just sit there with a bunch of empty shelves. That would defeat the point of a pop-up unless it was some sort of art installation. So what she did was she went on the lookout for some specialty product to have so that people don't go home empty-handed. They may not have bread and they may not have milk, but they'll have some window spicy footwear. Jackie, the prices will surprise you. Now for outdoor use. Chili kicks, jalapeno loafers, or habanero hiking boots. They'll put a tingle in your toes to keep your feet warm. You can wear them outside. Wear them outside. The snow's blowing in. It's going to blow over your feet. You're going to go, oh, shit, it's cold. Nuh-uh, not in these spicy footwears. You'll be surprised by the prices.
Do not
microwave.
Hear anything I just said?
I did, Jackie, and you're right. No electricity, no batteries. It's dry. There's no dangerous juice that damages your nerves.
That.
What?
That my feet got color purple, ham, brown, and they itch like crazy. Don't put them on your feet.
Oh, don't worry, Jackie. We got plenty of Avon foot cream.
Well, that's what I need. There, so they got something. Right?
Oh yeah, you want me to run you by there?
Well,
these roads are slick as hell. Though I don't know if I should risk it.
Just get me some and bring it to me. I ain't gonna walk around on these feet like this.